Bandits strike again in Katsina, killing 11 villagers. Normalcy gradually returning to Jos after violence. PDP holds National Convention October 30th. And on the foreign scene, Germany plans evacuation of stranded citizens. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bella. For more news, follow us across all our social media platforms. Now the news in full. At least 11 residents of Dan-Kumeji village in Kankara local government area of Katsina state have been reportedly shot dead by bandits. Daily Trust gathered that 6 persons who sustained injuries in the attack are currently receiving treatment at a hospital. A resident, Abdulmumin Sani, who confirmed the incident via a telephone interview, said the attackers stormed the village around 11:30 p.m. and started shooting sporadically. He added that on Friday morning, about 11 dead bodies were counted and burial arrangements were ongoing for the recovered corpses. Police spokesman in Katsina, SP Gambo Isa, is yet to confirm the incident at the time of filing this report. Released Tegina school pupils have finally reunited with families after 88 days in captivity. Tears of joy rolled down the cheeks of many children and parents in Niger State Government House in Minna. Some of the children said they were fairly fed with rice, pap, and other types of food 3 times a day by their abductors, depending on what was available. One of the pupils died 24 days after the abduction. One of the parents, Hawa Hamza, said they would now go to sleep in peace while praising Allah for giving them another opportunity to see their children. Receiving the children, Governor Abubakar Sani Bello said out of 91 children kidnapped on May 30, 2021, 90 were released while 1 died in captivity. Now, it is another good news from Zamfara State as abducted students of the College of Agriculture and Animal Science, Bakura, have regained their freedom. Governor Motawalli said the students were released on Friday through the help of some repentant bandits. Gunmen had stormed the institution around 11 p.m. on August 15th and kidnapped some students and staff of the college. 2 watchmen and a police officer were also killed in the process. Days later, the abductors demanded the sum of 350 million for their release. Upon their release on Friday, Governor Motawalli, however, noted that no ransom was paid. Meanwhile, shortly after the governor ordered the closure of all major markets in the state, he also ordered that all filling stations in local areas be shut down, adding that there should be no selling of fuel, even in jerry cans. Normalcy is gradually returning to Jos North local government area of Plateau State following an attack on several persons at Yelwanzagam that left at least 30 people dead and many others injured. The Plateau State government reimposed a 24-hour curfew on Jos North local government area to forestall escalation of the violence when a group of young persons deposited corpses of the victims at the government house. The State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Dan Manjang, in a telephone interview with Trust TV, says normalcy has returned to the city.
Today, Jos is calm. The North local government is under 24-hour curfew. The South and Bata are under curfew, which begins at 6 in the evening to end at 6 in the morning. But we have not had any incidents. Yesterday we didn't have any incidents. The day before today we didn't have any incidents. And we pray that it is our hope that the situation has normalized because security is in charge. I went around myself and I see that the level of compliance with the curfew is appreciable, is good, there is no cause for alarm. And that is the intention of the curfew. The people that were the people that were killed 3 days ago, their families have taken responsibility, have taken charge of the dead bodies and the burial. Government has provided all that it takes for them to cushion their effect. We have bought copies for them. We have provided everything that is necessary for them to be able to bury their loved ones. That is where we are right now.
Lagos State students studying at the University of Jos have been successfully evacuated on the order of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The students express appreciation towards the Lagos State government on the rescue operation.
Christian Bosa for SSC of students. Bosa! 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 Christian Bosa for the pious, the peers. Bosa! 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 Christian Bosa for the commissioner. Bosa! 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 Christian Bosa for all the team who are sleepless nights. Bosa, you guys are here. Bosa!
The House of Representatives Committee on Finance has frowned against the 1.3 trillion naira revenue generation for the Nigeria Customs and Excise by the Budget Office for 2022. The committee is holding interactive session with all revenue-generating agencies of government towards preparation for the 2022 appropriation bill. The report. As the country is preparing towards meeting the January to December circle for the 2022 budget, the House of Representatives Committee on Finance has begun the grilling of revenue-generating agencies towards ensuring a robust budgeting for the country. The committee members raised eyebrows towards the target set for the customs and other revenue-generating agencies by the Budget Office. They say the customs has the capacity to generate enough revenue to support the 2022 budget.
He's a computer expert, so when computer gurus see things going wrong, they are concerned. And you can also solve the problem via technology. So, Honorable colleague, you can please avail customs the opportunity of models that can work for Nigeria and make better income.
It's valued already. So, you will discover that you see the volume of money you are getting. If you want to get the real value, you will see that it's not real improvement. So, I expect the proposal to be like from 2.5 upward, because the exchange rate last year was 381.
In his response, the Comptroller General of Customs, Colonel Hamid Ali, says the service has generated 1.2 trillion naira as of July and is prepared to meet the target of 2.3 before end of the year.
So under 2022, you see that 1.295 that were projected for the year 2022. I know there's argument for an increase, but it's not. It's out of this projection that we now did our calculation and came up with it.
The committee says it is determined to block leakages in all revenue-generating agencies in order for them to generate more revenue for government and to discourage borrowing to fund the nation's budget going forward. University of Abuja and Global Initiative for Food Security and Ecosystem Preservation, an NGO, are working together to address environmental challenges through creating strong awareness on impact of climate change in the country. Professor Shuaib Hassan, Director Center for Environmental Studies of the university, said this on Thursday at a press briefing and presentation of recent intergovernmental panel on climate change.
Nigeria, as we know, is a vulnerable country to issue of climate change. You are a witness to it this year. The issue of flooding that is happening now in so many places in Nigeria. Some of us that have been on this planet in the last 50 years knew we weren't having it this way some decades ago. But now something is happening. And that is for us to really understand that climate change is real. Climate change is a symptom, not the problem. Humans are the threat. You and I, we are the threat. You know why? You know. But let me re-emphasize and remind you again, although you know, but some of you go to sleep and say, I don't care. Go home today with this information in your head, that you have been the problem of our planet, not climate change.
So the IPCC report has been tagged code red, which means it's a danger for the humanity. And for us as a country, it was very necessary to hear from experts. And that's why we partnered with the Center for Environmental Studies to review this report and tell us what its implication means for Nigeria. And as you can see, as a vulnerable country, very vulnerable as we are, there is the urgent need for government and ourselves to move from just talking and signing agreements into actions.
Federal government has inaugurated a 12-man interministerial committee to plan Nigeria's 61st independence anniversary. The news agency of Nigeria reports that Nigeria will turn 61 on October 1st. Inaugurating the committee on Thursday in Abuja, the secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustapha, says that the idea behind the early plan was to begin demonstration in visible terms to achieve the best result. The proposed activities for the 61st anniversary, according to Mustafa, include concluding activities for Nigeria's 60th anniversary, which, according to him, are church service on Sunday, September 26th, and Jumat prayers on Friday, October 1st, and an award night slated for Sunday, October 3rd. People's Democratic Party, PDP, has on Friday announced that its national convention would hold between Friday 30th of October to Saturday 31st of October 2021. The announcement was made by the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Aminu Tambuwal, after the national caucus meeting of the party in Abuja. He, however, said that the venue of the convention will be determined by the party's National Executive Committee. You're watching Trust TV News Update, coming up after the break. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Nice to see you, son. You got a 10-year-old son, a 12-year-old son. He's a shill boy. Yeah. And how did he get to that stage? You allowed it to happen. You allowed it to fester. It's like a cancer.
It's a failure of the family, a failure of the society, and a failure of governance.
We are still going into some other hideouts to see if any apprehensions will be made tonight.
To operate within the context of the law with much respect to human rights.
You will get them.
Welcome back. You're still watching News Update on Trust TV. A recap of our top stories. At least 11 residents of Dan-Kumeji village in Kankara local government area of Katsina state have been reportedly shot dead by bandits. And People's Democratic Party has on Friday announced that its national convention would hold between Friday 30th of October to Saturday 31st of October 2021. Still ahead, the federal government has written to chief medical directors and managing directors of federal tertiary hospitals, asking them to begin the implementation of no work, no pay policy concerning the striking members of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors. The government's directive was contained in a letter dated August 26, 2021, signed by the Director of Hospital Services, Federal Ministry of Health, Dr. Adegbingbe Adebi. Nigerian governors have also resolved to facilitate dialogue between the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, the federal government, and affected states. The governors made a decision at the 33rd teleconference meeting of the Nigeria Governors Forum on Thursday in a communique signed by the chairman of the forum, Kaide Fayemi. Earlier in an interview with Trust TV, First Vice President of the National Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Christopher Adejo, highlighted the position of the striking doctors.
You cannot penalize people who are legitimately fighting for their rights when you have not penalized those people that seized their salaries for 4 to 5 months. What is the penalty for work without pay? Someone work up to 5 months without pay, and because he went on strike to demand for his legitimate right, you are penalizing him. If we are demanding for new things, then you can penalize us. These are the things that we reached agreement with you months back, years back. 4.8 billion naira was not promised to us. 4.8 billion naira was promised to whoever will pay us our salary. My salary, you can't promise me my salary. It's my right. You don't promise me my right.
The Department of State Services has denied dispersing medical doctors participating in a recruitment interview organized by Saudi Arabia officials in Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. A media report had claimed that DSS operatives stormed the hotel on Thursday morning and dispersed the doctors and journalists who gathered at the venue. The report also alleged that a journalist with the International Center for Investigative Reporting, Marcus Fatunde, was arrested at the venue but was later released. The recruitment interview was organized by the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Health, but the secret agency, in a statement by its public relations officer, Peter Afunaya, on Friday, said no operation was carried out in the hotel, adding that the report was designed to embarrass the organization. And in business, stakeholders in the textile industry have lamented the activities of smugglers in the country, attributing the collapse of the industry to the inability of local manufacturers to compete with smuggled textile. The stakeholders who spoke to Trust TV said the industry, being the second largest employer of labor in the 70s, is critical in government's drive towards job creation.
Now there are genuine imports. You see, because you need to differentiate them. They are smuggling, they are genuine imports. Smuggling now dominated because even as you are importing to the right channel, you pay taxes. Government can even control the inflow through some levies, tariff, everything. But smuggling is the order of the day. And the most laughable aspect of it is that you have about 20 trailers who line up, and custom will say they didn't see these trailers. It's not funny. Go to Kano, where they offload second-hand clothes. You see trailers line up.
The government does not close, or we have the porous border, if I can say. This, the people in Nigeria, or our immediate suppliers of goods, or those who patronize our products, they are not very rich. They can't afford it because our products are more quality but higher price.
Kaduna State Government and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding on gas supply. The Group Managing Director of Corporation, Mele Kyari, says under the agreement, gas supply will be constant and readily available to consumers. Our correspondent, Fatima Laden, reports.
The GMD stated this while signing a Memorandum of Understanding with the Kaduna State Government. He says the only challenge as at now is lack of infrastructure in the country in terms of producing gas and delivering it to homes and businesses to utility for domestic use.
What we are doing now is to build those infrastructure so that gas becomes very close to its end users. Once you are able to do this, you can actually pipe gas into homes. Instead of carrying them in cylinder, it can be piped into homes. And also, as you create gas, you're able to compress it at very local locations and you're able to deliver it to homes and offices. So what we are really doing is to latch on the back of the existing infrastructure to deliver virtual gas into homes and communities as quickly as is possible. This is part of the MOU. The second part of it is to leverage on the ongoing projects that we have, both in all parts of the country, in the east and in the west, expansion in the west, and then delivering gas through the AKK pipeline all the way into Kano. Once we're done with this, we will have massive volumes of gas available in our country.
Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai, while responding, stated the commitment of the state government towards achieving the project.
We welcome the evident zeal of the Gas Aggregation Company of Nigeria to deliver this project. In fact, when the CEO presented the idea and structure of the Gas Aggregation Company to us about 3 months ago, I was wondering how come it took us so long to come up with this idea. It's just a brilliant idea to bring everyone to the table to deliver this project with all the partners.
With these developments, if it comes to light, there will be mass volume of gas in the country, and therefore the issue of cheap gas will be history. Fatima Salaladan, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Pay TV service providers MultiChoice will have to cough out 9 trillion naira as Tax Appeal Tribunal orders the company to pay 50% of the 1.8 trillion which the Federal Inland Revenue Service determined through a forensic audit of the parent company businesses. According to reports, the sum constitutes what the tax agency calculated as due in taxation to the federal government of Nigeria from the company after an investigation over several months to determine the extent to which the company has been evading taxes in Nigeria. The tribunal sitting in Lagos also ordered the South African firm to pay an additional 90 billion or 10% of the 900 billion to the FIRS. The 5-member tribunal led by its chairman, Professor A.B. Ahmed, issued the order following an application to it by the Council to FIRS in line with the 5th schedule of the FIRS Act 2007. President Muhammadu Buhari has welcomed Thursday's Quarter 2 2021 reports by the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics showing a third consecutive quarter of growth in Nigeria's economy. In a statement by spokesman Femi Adesina in Abuja, the president noted that the report also showed the highest quarterly growth in GDP since 2014. The gross domestic product grew by 5.01% in Quarter 2 of 2021, following 0.51% growth in Quarter 1 of 2021. This growth, which continues the progress of the preceding 2 quarters, is a continuing trend reflecting Nigeria's economic rebound following the COVID-19 induced contraction seen in Quarter 1 and Quarter 2 of 2020. The president commended managers of the economy for hard work and commitment, urging them to keep it all till the positive development touches the lives and pockets of the average Nigerian. And on the foreign scene, German Foreign Office closed its embassy in Afghanistan and ended its military evacuation while an unknown number of residents and local employees remain stranded in the country. A statement posted on the government's website asked any German national still in Afghanistan to register their details with Elfand and the German diplomatic website. Germany has so far flown more than 5,300 people out of Kabul, a figure that includes 530 German nationals, 360 EU citizens and 4,400 Afghan nationals, 50% of whom are Afghan women. More than half of India's eligible population, about 473 million people, have received at least 1 dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, official data says. India has so far given more than 610 million doses of 3 approved vaccines, Covishield, Covaxin and Sputnik V. The government aims to vaccinate all Indians by the end of this year. India took 19 days to administer the last 100 million doses compared to 85 days to give the first 100 million jabs, the government said. And in sports, Kylian Mbappe arrived at the training ground of French club side Paris Saint-Germain on Friday amid the expectation Real Madrid would push to complete his signing in the coming days. Mbappe has ended the final year of his PSG contract and there has been no indication of a desire on his part to extend his stay. He will be able to leave on a free transfer at the end of the current season where he has not agreed to the new terms. One deal Real Madrid did complete on Friday was with midfielder Casemiro, who has signed a new contract that will keep him at the club until June 2025. The Brazilian's original deal was set to expire at the conclusion of next season. Manchester United have agreed a £24 million deal to sign Cristiano Ronaldo for Juventus goal can confirmed. Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes offered the former Red Devils forward to Man City after they missed out the top target Harry Kane, but City dropped out of the race on Friday. That allowed United to make an official bid to bring the 36-year-old back to Old Trafford, where he stayed between 2003 and 2009. City held some talks over the possibility of a deal, but there was no agreement on terms between the player and the club. Ronaldo was believed to be open to a move to the Etihad Stadium despite saying in the past that he would never line up for one of the Red Devils' main rivals. Well, that's it on News Update. Follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bella. Thank you so much for watching.